Why is it when it gets good, I always get kicked? Anyway, I'm trying to join back in now. Let's hope I haven't missed too much. Watch us come back now. There'll be 7 DNFs and a safety car. Just loading back in now. There we go then. Oh, Moon is pitting. As I join back, Moon is in the pit. Oh, we got a safety car. I absolutely knew it. I got kicked and we get a safety car. What the hell? Oh god. It always happens when I get kicked. Well, I'm going to change that to tyres for the time being. See what everyone's just pitting himself onto. We've got 9 laps left to go. I don't think the softs can do that. It'll be the medium ones. Alright, a few guys gone from the softs though. Maxie's going to lead them. Daniel's going to be in P2 on this restart. J-Hub's in P3. He has got a lap car in between him and the front two that he could actually score a double podium today. Lewis is in P4, Marty P5 with his teammate Destructive J in P6. So the Alpine's having a nice little day out today. Sargent's looks like he could grab some well needed points for the Hastings. Your reckoning's an 8. Twigs has recovered up to 9th. He's gone for the soft tyre then towards the end of this race. Moon has pitted and put on a set of the medium tyres. He's down in 10th. He was battling for P3 earlier on. Not anymore. Just looking. Where is... Oh, Russ is down in 13th. He's gone for the soft tyres as well. Now, because we've had this safety car, it's going to reset the field pretty much. And we now could see these time penalties take an effect on this race result. If we go into the last 9 laps, we've got another lap of safety car, so it's going to be 8 laps to go. Daniel's on the hard tyre then, so he's going to be under pressure from everyone, because everyone is on the quicker tyre behind him. But he's early pace earlier on there. Showed that he does have the pace, he may be able to just try and defend. I feel like he's going to be feeling like Lewis Hamilton at the Dutch GP here. Before I got the safety car, I'm just going to have a quick drink. So unless we're going to get a late call on this safety car, looks like we're going to have another lap of it here. Oh my god. Is that Aston Martin? He took out Daniel there. What a safety car here. That's going to leave 7 laps of racing if it comes in the following lap. Fair. Only the safety car stays out. Bet it's going to be for these soft tyre runners. They won't be wanting to be weaving about. They will wanting to be saving some rubber on them tyres. Really? Where it's quite high on this track for the softs. We didn't see the guys who started on the softs last that long. They were only doing about 4 laps on them. Mazda is in P19, but currently third on the track. As the game won't let lap car. Oh my god! Looks like it's causing him a few near misses up the front here. And nearly Daniel and just with Jay Hobson on the brakes. The field has now caught back up. The guys that thought their races were over now have a second chance at redemption. This is going to be a fast flowing 7 last laps of this race. Everyone's going to be pushing. It wouldn't surprise me if we have a few more incidents here. We'll have to keep an eye on it. I reckon soft guys are going to be pushing hard. I always hate late safety car. It tends to turn the race into a 5 lap lobby. But we know that Division 3 on a Wednesday are better than that. So the safety car is coming in on this lap. Lancey will now take control of the pace for this field. Everyone closing up then. Daniel's looking like he's raring to go here. Oh, Russ has picked up a 5-second penalty. He's had a bit of a collision with Mark there apparently. Mark and Russ have come together. Russ has been given a 5-second penalty. That's not going to help his cause then. British has left the session, or he must have been the reason why we have this safety car. Waxy has gone early here. He's gone before we got to the last few corners into the pits. Flying into the pits comes Mazam. And here we go. Rancy up the start straight. He has got the jump on Daniel then. Great start, restart there from Rancy. He now pushing on. Russ is in the pits. He must have damaged his car with Mark. And behind Jay Hobson and Anubis of keeping their track positions 3rd and 4th. So it looked like the top 4 are all spaced out quite equally here. The closest one is battle for 6 between Distinctive Jay and Sergeant all over that rear wing. And we ain't going to get DRS for 2 laps here, so this is now going to be a battle of the ERS management time. Most of the field have penalties. We will switch to viewing the penalties now, because that's going to have an effect on where all these guys finish this race. As Twigs and Your Reckoning go racing, and Twigs moves up to P8. He gets past the McLaren there. So Twigs up to P8, gets past Your Reckoning. Now Your Reckoning's coming under a bit of pressure from Moon and the Aston Martin behind. Moon's going to have to go the long way around on the outside of the corner, and he absolutely nails it round the outside. Moon up to P9. Yeah, look at them time penalties. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4 guys that haven't picked up a time penalty yet today. And one of them is Rancy at the front of the field, so he technically is leading this race by 4 seconds right now. Just following some of these battles throughout the midfield. Like I said, some of these positions here are going to be down to the time penalties. So when we get into the last few laps, we'll start looking at where the penalty is going to affect people. As Porthos now challenging the two McLarens. He's coming up now, he's trying to go to the inside, and Mickey Granger into turn 1. He does go to the inside. Mickey just gets him here. I think Porthos having flashbacks again spun by McLaren earlier on in the race. He doesn't want to be a part of that. Back at the front, everyone's pretty much spaced about 7/10 of a second between each other. Anubis has picked up another 3 seconds, and he's got 6 seconds penalties, which is going to probably end his chance at a podium position. Not just that, there is guys like Martin, Destructive, Jay and DJ Twigs behind who haven't got penalties, or haven't got as much penalties as Anubis. And I can see Anubis drop down to P7 as it stands. So Anubis Gonna have to keep his head down and get pushing. Let's see now, got that gap up to over a second now. He is on the medium tyre, he's on the better tyre to what he was compared to Daniel at the start of the race. The roles have reversed. So well, I'm expecting him, as long as he doesn't have any effects or incidents here, looks like he could be from the first lap to the last lap lead this race, and he ain't getting anything done. Mancy leads second to Daniel, so Daniel needs then, he really does need to get in that DRS of Mancy here, not to battle for the lead, but to keep Jay Hobson behind him and nullify the DRS effect that Jay Hobson's going to get on him. He needs to get either Jay Hobson out of the second or stay within the second. And I can look at that right on. Of course, we should have just about had the DRS on this lap. Literally just, we will see now as they come round. Parker gets a time penalty. Does he have DRS? He does indeed. So Jay Hobson's then DRS going to be nullified then. He won't gain as much. Looking through the field though. There's closer battles going on. Moon is now trying to gain on the carbon. Mark's looking a bit racy as well. Mickey Granger's down in 11th. He should pick up the points here. He's got to stay within 2 seconds. The Sergeant, if he wants to do that though. Poor fast. Battling away as well. Was done an 18th piece race. He was having a good race. To be fair, he was battling for P3. The early stages here just seems to have gone away from him come the latter stages though. Because the gap's now going to around a second between everyone. Mark is on the back of Mooney here. Mark looking like he wants to have a strong finish here. He hasn't had best of races today, has Mark. Mark though should gain a few positions. No, he should gain the position ahead of Mooney from a time penalty. But the likes of DJ Twiggs and Marty, who haven't got time penalties, they could see themselves shoot up this order. Same for Spanner actually. Spanner's in P14, but he would actually jump up. As it stands, he's down in P14, but because of time penalties, Spanner would actually be P8 right now. So Spanner just needs to keep his head down and push on right now. This is going to be close. We're going into the last 4 laps. Now, well, 3.5. We are halfway around. Daniel has dropped out the DRS range and Jay Hobson's coming for him here. Pulled out. Fought better a bit there. So Daniel holds on that first DRS zone, but he's going to be under pressure now from Jay Hobson from now to the end of this race. Jay Hobson's literally started, I think he started P8, P9. And he's literally just crept his way up the field slowly. He was in the battle for 3rd for ages, but he was in 5th, getting nullified by the rest. But he's bided his time on race, and he's worked himself up into the battle for P2 now. Could we see an Alpha Tauri 1-2? You never know. We're going to have 3 laps to find out though. Time penalty for one of them two will be absolutely disastrous. It's going to be disastrous for Anubis because he's got 9 seconds of penalties. Anubis here could see himself drop down to as low as 9th place here. So Anubis, who has been battling for P3 because of time penalties, is going to get absolutely screwed over here. As we come into turn 1, ooh, he thought about going for it to Jay Hobson, but he's pulled out of it. These two are going to be racing to the very end, and hards versus mediums. Daniel's going to be under pressure. I feel like if we didn't have that safety car, Daniel would be guaranteed the P2 here. But maybe that's Red Bulls who are having to return the favour for the Dutch GP. No, I'm joking. Right, anything conspiracy theories, but here we go. Jay Hobson, then is he going to be close enough to try and make a move on Daniel on this lap? He thinks about it and then has to give up on it. Daniel's doing some good defending today. Muna is fighting DJ Twiggs into that corner. Side by side, still side by side. Twiggs holds on to P6 here. Muna's not going to give it up that easy. And he's pushing Twiggs all the way here into the fast right-hander. look at the gap. The gap is insane. These two might as well be side by side. There's literally not a Rizzler's gap between the back, rear wing and the front wing of the Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin here. 2 laps to go. Daniel's had a spin. Daniel's had a moment somewhere. He's dropped from P2 to P4. Absolutely disastrous there from Daniel. Something happened there. He's lost out. He's gone from 2nd to 4th in a part of the track you wouldn't expect there to be overtaking. So he's had some sort of moment there. Has that handed Jay Hobson the chance here to make it an AlphaTauri? 1, 2. I think it might have, you know. Not to forget, Marty right now only needs to find half a second on these front guys, and Marty could take P2. So Marty not out of it just yet. Marty can have a good last 2 laps here. He could snatch a podium from these guys. He's got to keep it going though, Marty. The nearest now has got the DRS and Javs, and he's not going to be close enough, but Moon is going to be close enough on DJ Twigs, you would think. No, he backs out of it. It's DJ Twigs go there. Twigs didn't have any penalties either. Twigs said, as it stands, would be promoted to P5 because the newbies has 9 seconds of penalties coming his way. So newbies going to drop down some positions as it stands, but from about 7th down he should be safe. So as it stands, and newbies looking at P6 right now. He's got to go and keep his head down. He's going to get P6 as it stands. He's too close to call throughout the midfield. People on 6 seconds, but you've got Mark who's got 8 seconds. Mark should keep his P8 just about. Jay's out of them 2 seconds right now. Mickey Granger though, as it stands, would still the last point position off the Haas guy of Sargent if he can stay within 2 seconds. So Spanner. Look, 8 seconds. Oh, Spanner though could grab that last point though. He hasn't got any time penalties in that Williams car. He's pushing, got yellow flags as Mark and DJ Twigs go racing. Twigs gets pushed wide. I think that was more on Twigs. How is he going to where is Twigs? No, Twigs is there. So Twigs is lost out here. Twigs has got 10 seconds of penalty. Twigs didn't have time penalties, and he's just gone and picked up 10 seconds in one corner here. Oh my god, disastrous for Twigs. I don't think they'll be able to get removed at the end. He's gone and picked up 10 seconds on the final lap. He was looking at a P5 finish. That is now going to absolutely scupper them plans, and that is going to put him down to P8. So we come to the line then. Ratsy takes the win. Jay Hobson P2. Daniel gonna go P3. Let's see if Marty can do anything about this. Marty goes P4 and ABC's gonna stay P5. Mark goes P6. Twigs goes down to P8 as Destructive J gets P7. Sargent gets P9. I'm waiting for a few cars to cross the line.